Well, alright, so I tuned into Raw last night. I didn't tune in, I watched it on YouTube. I watched the segments that Brock Lesnar was in because it was his big return, guys. He wasn't there for 3 fucking months, even though he's the champion. He just doesn't show up for, probably more than 3. I mean, it's been since like April, end of April. So, I mean, it's been 3 months. I mean, is that even fathomable to have a champion, your main champion who's representing your show, not even show up? And it's funny how they're making a whole storyline out of the fact that Brock Lesnar doesn't show up. It's like it's just something to make a storyline off of now. It's ridiculous, and it turns a lot of people off, I bet, when the champion's not there defending his belt. It's ridiculous. So what I had a problem with is, so they had Brock Lesnar on the show, and he's fighting Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which is a terrible idea. But if he's fighting Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, you'd figure that they would at least try to build up that match, right? I mean, it's probably going to be the main event after all. Again, terrible idea for that match. But anyway, and I made a video on that already. So the whole episode of Raw is centered around Brock Lesnar, and he's apparently upset at Paul Heyman for whatever fucking reason. And then he F5s Kurt Angle at the end of it. So my question is, why is Brock Lesnar interacting with these two guys? Why is this part of the storyline now? Why is Kurt Angle part of the storyline? And why is Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar's relationship part of the storyline? The whole story should be between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, since those are the two guys fighting at your number 2 pay-per-view in a couple weeks. I think it's at like August 19th. So they only got 3 weeks to build. So those 3 weeks are pretty precious, right? It's like if you're going to do a Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman breakup storyline, fine, then do that after SummerSlam. If you're going to do a Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle thing where they're feuding with each other, fine, do that after SummerSlam. But right now you're supposed to be building up to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. So I don't see what relevancy this has to do with the upcoming match. It has no relevancy. But since Brock Lesnar's probably not going to be there after SummerSlam, well, that's why they're doing all this shit now, because they're not going to be able to do it after SummerSlam. So that's just my question: is why are they so focused on Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman's relationship, when the real focus should be on all the attention right now? Even though, like I said, it's a shitty match that probably nobody wants to see. At least make an attempt to build. At least make an attempt to get people emotionally involved in this match. But, no, they're not going to do that. No, they're not. As we all know, WWE creative team is terrible at building storylines. I mean, you could have 2 great wrestlers fighting in a match, but nobody gives a shit because the creative team doesn't know how to fucking build a match properly. I mean, look at the Seth Rollins-Dolph Ziggler match that happened at the last pay-per-view. Those are 2 good wrestlers right there. They've both wrestled some great matches. But since WWE doesn't know how to build up stars to get people to care about them, the fans are chanting random shit during their match because, again, nobody gives a shit. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the proper management, the company's not going to do that well, are they? So this is really a lose-lose scenario here. We're just going to have more of the same old shit of your champion showing up like once every few months. Yeah, that's really a great idea. I mean, who the fuck came up with this idea of putting the belt on Brock Lesnar for a year and a half at least? I mean, who was sitting in the creative room? You know, oh yeah, we're gonna put the belt on Brock Lesnar. So, but he's never gonna show up. But that's okay. That's okay that he has the belt. You know, we got all this talent on Raw that could be champion. But no, we're gonna give it to Brock Lesnar, who's never there. And then they're sitting there thinking, well, who should Brock Lesnar face at SummerSlam? Oh, Roman Reigns. Yeah, Roman Reigns of all people. So if Roman Reigns wins, they're gonna try to push him. Who the fuck knows if he wins? But every time they push him, they're like, oh, now he's gonna get cheered this time, guys. The fans are gonna love him this time, guys. You know, I don't know how many times I've heard that. You know, oh, this is going to be the time the fans like him, guy. He's really good, guys. You know, he deserves this push, even though nobody likes him. I mean, I don't know how many countless times they've tried to get him over, but he's the furthest thing from over that I've ever seen in my life. It's like It's like all the shit they tried to do with John Cena to get him over, and it all failed. It all failed big time. So I don't know why they keep trying with him. It's like, you know, if you're a guy and you're trying to hook up with a girl and she just keeps rejecting you, it's like, move on. There's a million more fish in the sea. But you just keep focusing on that same fucking girl that keeps rejecting you. That's Vince McMahon and WWE right there. They keep trying to get this guy over and make him successful. But in the meantime, again, there's all these other fish in the sea, like, you know, Kevin Owens or Seth, all these talented wrestlers that they got in NXT and younger guys. But no, we're just going to focus on Roman Reigns, even though he sucks. So there you go, people. That's all I got to say. You know, I just watched the YouTube videos, so I'm just giving my thoughts there. I'm not going to waste 3 hours of my fucking life watching Monday Night Raw every week. You could fucking forget about that. I mean, I was such a loser for watching Monday Night Raw consistently for like the last 5 years because I wasted so much time in my life. That's one of my biggest regrets in life. The fact that I can never get that time back. I mean, it just really scarred me for life. I mean, just the quality of that show was so low. And putting myself through that torture, man, it really scarred me for life. But anyway, I'm just making my observations by what I saw on YouTube. And what I saw is a company that doesn't know how to crown a proper champion. A company that doesn't know what it should mean to be WWE champion. A company that doesn't know how to build a proper championship match to SummerSlam. So overall, I'm really observing a company that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And that's just my opinion, because I don't get any enjoyment out of watching this shit. And that's all I got to say about that. So there you go, people.